have the Niners drafting first. Now I know what you want.
Right, that's what I'm
I know what
exactly.
I want.
Good. All right. All right.
But what's gonna happen?
Yeah, what's gonna if you're asking me my prediction, how we do it, how we do things, you're looking at KC Concepcion or possibly Mr. Boston out of Washington. We have a tendency of just going that wide receiver, and that's the end all be all, and so shall the roads never meet. But I and probably David McNatter and probably a lot of other older, more astute fans, I'd be looking at just the best possible player available that can be sensational and not rotational or not situational.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want an all pro in the first round. That's my line of thinking.
Generational player.
Yeah. Get that guy. Get that
as
guy
close to that guy as possible.
All pro, perennial Pro Bowler. I don't care what position he. Just get the best possible guy.
That would be nice.
That's me.
And
but
that's what I'd like to see too. I honestly think they're going wide receiver. Concepcion, I know he's a big playmaker.
He said, Levi,
but he also drops a lot of balls too.
I know.
So it's like, I don't know about him. You know, I'm kind of on the fence about that guy.
Yeah,
but
personally,
you know,
you and I have always
wide receiver.
We've been together, but if you ask me what the Shanahan regime likes to do, they like to stir it up. They like to go to a receiver that they're not gonna possibly play, and he's gonna have drawbacks, and
he'll be fourth option. He'll be fourth option at best.
He'll be fourth option. They'll do. They usually do. Yeah.
And you know what I want us to draft is the best offensive lineman available.
That's a good idea.
But that's not going to happen. It's going to be a wide receiver.
That probably is it. That's why I haven't been so enthusiastic the last 2 or 3 weeks. I know how we do. We got wonderful guys. Shout out to Wayne Breezy. Who else? Brad Graham and Johnny Dales and all these wonderful content creators who go down to the Super Bowl, the Senior Bowl, and say, "Hey, man, this guy, he's
Darwin's Raven.
All those guys." And I love what you guys do, and you're doing it correctly. You're doing it properly. You're doing it wonderfully. But y'all know how we do. History is best rewarder of our research, and we've seen time and time again. Offensive line is not a priority. You can throw anybody in.
Not even to our offensive line coach. It's not a priority.
Yeah,
he said it himself live on TV.
And the guys have got on me for being a little hard on Chris Forrester. I've been out on him for a couple of years. I know it's just their philosophy. The shout out KRS-One, the rapper. My philosophy is just they don't think it's that, but man, go back and look at Seattle. Look at Seattle's picks: 21, 23, 25. They're going first and third on offensive line talent, and it shows up here in 25, man.
Where's Eric Wallace? Where's Eric Wallace when you need him? Because I told him that for the last 2 years that his team was killing it.
I've been
and it was a year away.
Yeah, man.
And they were a year earlier than I thought. I didn't think they could do it this year, but I thought by next year Seattle would be pretty disgusting.
they gave him a year early, and they've arrived, and they're not looking like they want to give up the crown anytime
And
soon.
what's crazy is that Torrey Horton, one of the wide receivers they
I
drafted,
love
had
him. Colorado State.
5 touchdowns in like 5 games or less, and then he got hurt for the rest of the season. Can you imagine? That dude was still there.
But he's tough, and he's so good. He's so.
Yeah. Oh, he would have had over 10 touchdowns his rookie
Oh
year.
man, yeah, right,
easily.
Right. I saw him when he played. I tell you, when I saw him, they played Colorado. I was watching Shador and Dion and everything.
Oh, that
Colorado.
one game, the good game.
Yeah. Colorado versus Colorado State. It was a wonderful game. Colorado prevailed. And I was looking at the Colorado State guys. I'm like, oh my God, they got ball players all over this place.
Yeah, they were keeping it. They made that a game. It was a great game to watch. Great highlight game.
So Kenny.
Yeah.
The question.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So what I want is the question is what I want, not what they'll do. So what I want is I want to get either like Monroe Freeling or Caleb Lomu if he can drop that far. I'd take Max Ianacor, the raw African guy, the next Mailata. I would love to have that guy. Or and if some interior linemen fall also, if like Vega's there or someone like Besantis even, I would take Besantis. I know Jennings Dunker, a lot of people like. I'm not 100% in on the Jennings Dunker yet, but so many people like him, and I don't hate him. He's also up there for someone that would be really nice on the Niners. I've seen him coaching other players on the team while he's learning himself. That shit is like, look, I got this, so let me help you.
Yeah.
Okay, like I got this shit, so this is let me help you with this. And then he's still learning himself, but that's I saw his interview. I'm not gonna try and be a dick here, but he's a little like my weightlifting roommate in college. Like I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence, but he's a little like silly, a little goofy. I don't know how serious he is. Okay. And you gotta love football.
Yeah.
Breathe it, eat it, drink it, whatever. And I don't know if I see that yet, but I hope he's that guy. I haven't seen that much on him yet. But anyway, I'm just saying, obviously, offensive line, but they're going to take a wide receiver. And they're going to take a wide receiver like Eli Surratt or Omar Cooper Jr., the two people from Indiana, or like Chris Bell maybe, but Chris Bell is hurt. And so the Niners might take him because that's what the Niners do. They take people who fall because they like Chris Bell otherwise might be one of the top 3 wide receivers in this draft for a lot of people. And so he's someone that if he falls and he's there for the Niners, they'll be like, yo, Chris Bell would be one of the top 3 wide receivers in this draft, but was hurt last year, so that's why he's not. We got to take him. And they'll do something like that. So, but O-line for me.
All right, John Jay, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what position do you all have the Niners drafting first?
So what I want the Niners to do, if I was GM of the team, right now our weakest area in all the positions is wide receiver. It's very, very thin. It's a very thin wide receiving group. A lot of them who are at the bottom of the depth chart haven't played. And so we have to address the weakest area, which is wide receiver. Now, I've always said this, and I'm going to continue to say it, is that whoever we draft will not be a player that will be someone that will leave an impact. Will they play? Probably, but they always draft for next year. And so what I see the 49ers doing, and this might be the hot take of the show, because I love to do hot takes sometimes. Trent Williams is getting older. His contract is almost over. I don't know if they're going to convert Dominic Puni back to his original spot, but they might start realizing, you know what, our best offensive line player is almost there. They may throw like a crazy curveball, and my hot take is that we're going to get Trent Williams' replacement. That's my hot take of this video.
Nice.
And there you go, Steve. We have a consensus going on with wide receiver.
Can I ask one more question for the whole
You
panel?
know,
can
we
go
told you
around
our
again?
once, but we have a consensus going on here.
So David, can we go around the horn again? I just have a question. What trade would you guys do for the Niners? Who wants to start? Like, what trade are you thinking of any trade that you would do for the Niners?
I'd love Max Crosby, man.
Okay.
I'd love him here. If we need to just give up the first, because I look at it as this: you're looking to get a potential all pro, a pro bowler, a perennial all pro who can solidify and help and finally be that piece that we need complementary to Nick Bosa. If you could draft it in say you had the first pick overall, you would go out and get that. Well, you can't. And at 27, you can get that guy. So trade out, get that guy, bring him to the San Francisco 49ers, who finished last or next to last, I think, in sacks.
Sacks, dead last. Myles Garrett had more sacks than we did.
Get that guy, man. Get that guy. And the pushback is going to be, well, we need people all over. How do you eat a whale? One piece at a time.
Yeah.
If you need everything, just start with the one piece, and it is formidable for the San Francisco 49ers in week, I'd say 5 or 6, to say they have two of the best pass rushers in the National Football League on one team, one on one side and one at the other. Now, are the DBs lacking a little bit? Are the wide receivers lacking a little bit?
They'll automatically get better.
Linebackers, yeah, probably. But I know when it comes on, dun, 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 the San Francisco 49ers have the best tandem of defensive ends in the National Football League. I want to take care of that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let me have that, and then I'll figure out the rest.
Yeah.
Or if it would linebackers, the San Francisco 49ers have the best linebacking core in the business. I'll figure that out, and I'll figure everything else out. But give me the best tandem of either wide receivers, the best tandem of defensive backs, the best tandem of defensive. Give me something that I can hang my hat on, and then we'll fill in the rest. We used to argue about, well, is it really the pass rush, or is it that the DBs are making the pass rush look good? Or we would say, is it our defensive backs, or is it that the defensive line is getting? We used to argue, is it pass rush or is it the back end? I want to be back on those days. Just get me some crew that is formidable and premier in the National Football League, and we will fill in the rest. I don't want to hear about we need this and we need that. Let's address a position. Address can be put on a pig, but it's not going to win the beauty contest.
Nope.
You can address something with just another guy. You can address something with the second guy, second string. Let's be great at something, and then continue moving on and filling the pieces. That's me.
And I mean, when it comes to Max Crosby, if you look at the 49ers and Oakland Raiders trade history, I just said it. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Talking about Jerry
Al
Rice?
Davis and Ed DeBartolo Jr. did not get along.
Yep.
And that might have carried over to Mark Davis and Jed York. So I don't see us being able to actually trade for him.
I think
Here's-
Juice
No.
said that already. I think
Here's
Juice
the-
kind of
Yeah.
Here's the rub.
touched on it.
I'll just add this quick caveat. There's a guy named Tom Brady who's there now. And I know how everybody feels. You think Tom Brady is this patriot. I've been arguing this since 2002, and I told all you MFers, Tom Brady is a 49er at heart. And if you looked at Rise of the 49ers, that San Mateo, California kid whose dad had season tickets to the game, I told y'all it is Hugh and ITY. I told y'all.
All he wanted was a
That
foam finger. All he
dude
wanted was a
is-
foam finger.
All he wanted was a foam finger, 4 years old, born August 3rd, 1977. That's why he's my GOAT. The book is behind me. I told y'all that dude is a 49er at heart, man. And he was talking about when they won in 94 and how him and his friends went to I think a bar or a club or something in 94, 95 when we won that Super Bowl with Dion and them, how they partied. And just look at Rise of the 49ers, guys. Just stop the hate and stop this stupid sugar honey iced tea. The guy just wanted to be a 49er. That guy is that's my dude, man. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT. And I've been telling them since 2002, 2003, arguing with uncles, arguing with everybody else on the internet. OG 49er. You cussed at me that night when I said we should bring him in instead of keeping Jimmy G. You said some terrible things, OG 49er, whatever your name is. You're a footnote now, but I told you that guy is crazy about the San Francisco 49ers, and he was what we needed. That's why we're missing the 6th ring. I'll leave it at that.
Aaron Rodgers too. He wanted to be a Niner too.
When it comes to your question, Kenny, you know, about like I don't know what player I want because I have to look and see, you know, so I haven't really thought about that question. But I do want to address something with Terradome because this actually happened to me in real life. I'm not doubting that Tom Brady and his family love the 49ers because his dad, I actually met his dad. It's a very funny story. Now, if anybody wants to know the story, maybe we talk later after the show, but my interaction with his father was he saw me, I had a 49ers hat on. And he, you know, said, you know, some very choice words about the organization, how he felt that the team, you know, like, you know, screwed him, blah, blah. You know, I'm not gonna get to, but he was not in a really happy mood. And Tom Brady has also had some personal feelings about that. Now, I'm not saying that he still has those feelings, but in his mind, like he says, like all these, and he also like blasted the other 29 or the other 31 other teams that didn't pick him, but it hurt more that the team that his parents invested a lot to go.
Yeah.
And his parents didn't have like the best luxury seats at Candlestick Park, but they sat up in the 200s. And so I understand the frustration. Now, that was not a really great interaction that I had with his dad because he kind of ticked me off the wrong way. And so, you know, I understand the frustration that some people gave you some hard time, but my interaction with his father will never change the way. Like, I think that they're bitter. And because like, what kind of interaction would you have with a random person who you do not know? And you start saying some very rude stuff to a person. And I'm like, dude, I understand you're, and I even said this with all my, like, your son got drafted. He won Super Bowls. He's making millions of dollars. I don't know why you're taking your frustration out on me. I'm just a fan of the team. And so it wasn't the best interaction. So I will only tell you how I saw that interaction. I could be wrong, but that says a lot about how he feels about the team. Maybe he loves the team way too much and his dream was probably like not going to happen, but chill. Your son is a Hall of Famer. He's a part owner of a team. He married a supermodel. Come on, man. Your son won in life.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but he did it in spite of, not because of. And we had an opportunity to get the GOAT instead of getting an alpaca farmer named Giovanni Carmazzi. And we passed that up.
But just the reason we did though is because Bill Walsh pretty much demanded that we take him.
And that's gonna be on Bill. That's gonna be on them. But
B-dubs.
I understand if it's my son, and I've given every ounce I can to the San Francisco 49ers to include season ticket holders, and you pass him up for Giovanni Carmazzi, you're gonna get this work. You're gonna get this work every time I see you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally understand. Mm-hmm. And if you can't get into that realm of thinking, JJ, please go out and have a son, man. I'm 56 years in the game now. Let me see you do something to Isaiah, my youngest, or DeAndre, my youngest. Let me see you pass them over after I have paid. I guess back then it was $1,000 a year or something like that, and he, right in your backyard. He played for Michigan. You were looking for a quarterback, and you passed him up. Oh, please believe.
The thing is that Tom Brady wanted to go.
Every time you talk to me, oh, you gonna hear it. You gonna get this work. Yeah.
I think Brady wanted to go to Notre Dame and then to the Niners.
Tom Brady produced the whole thing, the rise of the 49ers. His name is all over. You see the kids love him. And he ain't a kid, he a grown man. Yeah. He the GOAT, but I sense, see, this the thing here, and I'm sorry for going long, Dave, but this the thing here. People think that loyalty and faithfulness is all about, well, I was born in Northern California, so I love the 49ers. No, it's more from a kid from Richmond, Virginia, or Mississippi, or St. Louis, or New York, or something like that. It means more to us that out of all the 31 teams, including the ones closest to us, we chose the San Francisco 49ers. Not because we were born there, not because we're from there, but we endured ourselves to the fact of what we saw and know as football. That's more than that. We made a choice. We could go in and we could say, oh, well, I like Seattle this week. I like Kansas City. We can say I like the Redskins or the Commanders. I like New York. I was born in Richmond. I could like anybody I want. I like the Carolina Panthers. I live in Carolina. No, dude. No. We chose you, and it means more when you chose it, when you adopt it. That's it. That's my man.
That's why
Valley State.
That's why I'm a 49er fan.
That's
why I'm a 49er fan.
That's my dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it means more. It means more than you'll ever know.
So I would like to, because I actually live here, and Tom Brady, is Northern California, San Mateo, not that far. And I was having this conversation with some other non-49er fans because they wanted to know why I liked the team. I said, I'm from the area. Come on, dumb question. But I said that in this area, the Bay Area, and I don't know about anywhere else because I haven't traveled outside the state of California. We love our teams. We love the Warriors, even when they were god awful. We love the Giants, but we know that they're from New York. We love the Giants. We love the 49ers, not because of Super Bowl. We just love sports. Sports is an identity here in the Bay. You can be in San Jose and love those teams a little bit up north. You can be in Fresno and you can love those teams up north. It's a pride thing up here. I'm not saying that people who live in Fresno don't love the Southern California teams, but I'm saying that it's a pride thing. Like when you're born, if you have a parent that's a sports fan, when they're a baby, they put that cap on your head. They train you to wear that. They want you to love that. And you could talk to like thousands of people in San Francisco, and they'll tell you the same thing. When I was born, I was enlisted, and it's who you are. No disrespect to the other teams in the rest of the United States, but again, I don't know how everything else, but here in Northern California, we embrace the Sharks. We even embrace that Major League Soccer team, which is god awful. We embraced these teams because they were bad and they were part of us. And then the Giants won 3 titles. The Warriors started winning. They were like, this kid, Steph Curry, he's injury prone. He's too skinny. Years later, everyone's talking about him in the Hall of Fame. If you don't know those stories, and again, not everyone is a Warrior or Giants fan like I am.
And John Jay, I'm not gonna besmirch, bemoan, or belittle your love for that, but get outside of yourself for a moment. I could go my dad was the biggest Cowboy fan ever. He had me a Cowboy fan when I was a little boy. But there's a verse in the Bible that says, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child, understood as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And when I learned of the greatness of these teams behind me, the banners are behind me. I can't hide from them. You see you see the Lakers, and you see the San Francisco 49ers. When I became of age and understood what sports and greatness was, I chose those 3 teams. And I stay with them right now before you 56 years old. And if I go today or tomorrow, the flowers and the arrangements will have these 3 teams behind me. It means Dad could have put, he wanted to put, and he did put that the Cowboy logo on me. My mom is a Cowboy fan. Everybody, Cowboys or Redskins in my neck of the woods. But what I'm saying, it took a love, it took an understanding for me, my cousin, and my other cousin, Emmanuel and Mike, who played college football, to understand the 49ers is where it's at, baby. And that's how we run. That's big, man. That's real big. And if can't nobody get it, I'm so sorry.
When I first started watching football, the Giants were on top. I could have easily just liked the Giants, but I was like, this team is trash. And I used to say trash when I was a little boy. I used to say trash.
LT.
It's a little guy.
I can understand. I can understand why my son liked the Carolina Panthers. He crazy about Cam Newton.
Well,
you know, I showed him Cam Newton in Auburn, and he just fell in love with Cam Newton, and that's all he know. And he will argue to his wits end that Cam Newton is the greatest of all time. My other son loves Jackson, Lamar Jackson. He's a Baltimore Raven. You can't tell him nothing about Lamar. But me, man, you don't know what it's like to be behind enemy lines and nobody else is on your side. You're standing alone. And you the lone 49er in the house. You the lone Hurricane in the house. You the lone Laker in the house.
So if I want it real quick, and then I'll John Jay real quick because it's just 1 second. When I was little, if I wanted to watch the Niners, guys, I had to watch the Jets or the Giants as well. So that's rough. Think about that.
Wow. So you want to hear a great story, and I hope my words didn't disrespect anybody. I don't believe anyone in here like just bandwagon the team. I think I believe everyone loves the team for whatever their reasons. But in 2011, when everybody was arguing, we got Harbaugh, Alex Smith is still the quarterback. someone from the Giants, I mean not the Giants, the Niners went to Washington D.C. for some reason. Maybe like they had family out there, and they saw a bunch of people who they thought were like tourists from the Bay Area. They said, "Oh no, we live in the D.C. area," and so it made like the local news over here in 2011. And he basically was like talking to them, and he told, I met some fans who I thought were from the Bay Area, but they were from the DC area. And so he asked us one question. He says, "It must suck that you guys live out here where the Washington Commanders play." And they say, "Yes, it sucks. It sucks, but they just love the team, like, and it's like college football. Like, it's like college football. Like, you don't need to live somewhere to like a team." And I used to remember, like, before everybody was on YouTube, there was no StreamYard, like a more simple time. Every time I would watch a road game, and for us, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, which sucks.
Yeah.
Every game and every stadium that the Niners played in, there were 49er fans in there. So I always knew that there were fans outside the Bay Area. And I was like, aha, we can make fun of those other teams because there are more fans over there before all these content creators. This is when people didn't have like all these new like streaming stuff and like websites for people to connect to watch the games. It really shows you that to be a fan of a team and you live like thousands of miles away, that's dedication.
Yeah, it is.
That's dedication.
That's all. Thank you. That's all I've been trying to convey. That's true dedication. That's true knowledge. I had to dig to get research to find who's my starting lineup and stuff. Y'all got it on your local news. You see every game when it comes on. We had Redskin games, dude. We had Carolina Panthers games, dude. I got to buy the package. I got to find or watch Howard Cosell of ABC Sports do the halftime highlights. That was my feed. Sports Illustrated, Peter King. I had to learn the beat writers. I had to go and actually get newspapers and magazines and buy that to find out what was going on with the San Francisco 49ers. That's a lot harder than,
Yeah, but also I don't know about where you were, Terradome, but where I was, obviously it's New York area, so like there's gonna be every team, but it wasn't easy finding Niner stuff. And back then, like you either had to mail money in an envelope to a strange address, and pray they sent you a jersey back, or call someone and like give them your number of your credit card over the phone, like that shit. Like and so we didn't do that because we didn't trust it so much. We were just
and it was a hard time. Yeah, man, that's harder being 3,000 miles away. It's a lot harder. You really dedicated to the cause.
A letter.
You good. It's also
writing, licking.
I could go to websites and see stuff now, but dude, back then. No, dude.
Yeah.
You better wait till Monday Night Football or the playoffs or something to find out everything that was going on.
And so check this out. Did you have a starter jacket? Most of us had a starter jacket. Okay, so that was hard to find, but my mom got it for Christmas and she's like, "I'm sorry, honey. They didn't have the red one. They only had the black one." And I was like, the black one was so dope, and I was like,
man. My mom needed a raincoat for me when I was a kid, and she went out and got a Miami Dolphin raincoat.
And that's because they only wear it when it rains. So that's
my dad looked at that thing and said, "Hell to the no! You will not have this in my house." So this is in heaven, there is Tom Landry, and then there is this guy, Hubert Terra Sr. I'm telling you, this is the ultimate for me to stand up and say, "Dad, I'm a 49er, and I will live and die with that." You have no idea. You have no idea with the boldness and the conviction that I had to have to pronounce this in front of God and everybody. Dude, Trust me. Master
Yeah,
Sergeant Hubert Terra, God rest.
My mom was a Cowboys fan, so
Yeah.
because she was from the 70s and that was her team. So that's what it was.
Yeah, and they were dope. They were.
Yeah, they were.
They were.
So, you guys got any other thoughts going on here? I'm about to get on out of here because I'm tired. I started cutting coffee off early and I get tired.
Come on.
What?
Hey,
Well, I
I don't
didn't-
get to see you nothing but a little bit of time.
I
Go
actually
ahead,
didn't
Ken.
get to say my trade.
Can you make it Saturday?
I never got to say my trade.
I think so. Yeah, give me your trade, Kenny. I yield
Okay.
to the gentleman in New Jersey, New York.
We're gonna trade Trent Williams and Brandon Ayuk to the Cleveland Browns for their first 3 picks, 6, 24, and 39. And we're gonna rebuild this team, baby, and go to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
That would
Now,
be bold.
getting the 6th overall pick, you're gonna get one of the better tackles in the draft.
Well, we're gonna have to give up our first, but still, I'm just saying, yeah, 6, 24, and 39 for our first, BA and Trent. I like it. Just saying.
I would take it. That is a trade. You
That's
are
a-
willing to do. You're J.R. Ewing. If this,
I'm rich. I don't care. I don't give a f. I'm rich. I'm rich,
mean,
bitch. That's what
like
Jerry
at
did
that
last
point-
time. Jerry did. He's like, Micah, get out of here. Give me the piece. Give me the capital. Get your injured ass over there. We don't know you're injured.
yeah, we already bad, so
And
it
it
doesn't matter. Let me get this and this and this. I like it
Yeah,
though.
we'll
I like
see.
it.
Yeah.
You never know, buddy. Like, all right, March 9th is the free agency tampering period. That's when news will start
Legal.
coming out.
Legal tampering, but they tampering now.
And
already.
March 11th is the start of the new year. So that's when teams will be making cap casualties, cutting players. We'll have some news coming out. You know,
Gonna be nice.
and you never know who a team's going to cut that we're going to say, thank you.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till
Right?
the free agency is done and all the tags have been applied or whatever, and we know exactly what everyone needs now for the draft, and we can really get into the draft once we know what everybody really
Yes,
needs.
that's true. That's true too. That's
Yes,
true.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. That's
All
a
right.
big period.
Hey,
can't wait.
everybody, tune in Saturday night. We'll be having our mock draft series show with Terradome being GM of the 49ers.
Nice.
So everybody have a fantastic week. We'll be here next week. We always are. There's always something to talk about. Maybe next week I won't start off the show with a rant, but I think you missed it.
You're supposed to,
Terradome.
hey, Dave.
I think you
it's your
should do it
show.
every week.
This is your segment. You do what you
Yeah.
do. Whatever you feeling, you go, man.
Yeah. You should start with a rant.
I
every
did. I
week.
started off with a
Everything.
rant. I was on fire.
I was like, what? What's going on?
I'm a run it back. Check you out.
Yeah, before we even started.
All
we were
right.
going.
All right, folks. Hey, everybody have a fantastic week. Don't forget to tune in Saturday night. Terradome, you on tomorrow morning?
Get to work.
I'm you know what? I'm going on. We're gonna talk about a couple things and you know, it's combine time, it's the underwear Olympics, and everything changes once they see 4-3.
And wait till we see all the 5'9" guys that are really 5'7". Things
Yeah,
like
everything changes. Once you measure, everything changes. So we'll talk about that a little
I'm
bit.
6'1". What? You're 5'10" and a half. Oh,
that. Yeah, you're
What do you got?
5'10" and 2.5 quarters.
You got on lifts? What is going on?
Are you wearing golf
well, it's
shoes?
like Kyler Murray must have had lifts on during his measurement because he looks like he's
Oh,
yeah.
26 out
He
there.
was
I'm
standing
saying.
on old Call of Duty video games. He was standing on. He stacked them up.
You got to do what you got to
That's
do,
funny.
baby. Millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah.
I have
All
no
right,
comment.
folks. Hey, everybody have a great night. Tune in to Terradome tomorrow and tune back in
Jeez.
for the mock draft series, episode 3, Saturday night.
Nice.
And as Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F all 31 other teams.